the call itself comes at a critical time in the whole world, as we are faced with coronavirus, the COVID-19, in terms of the impact. People are working from home, businesses have been impacted, guest houses, lodges, hotels have been closed because of the COVID-19. From Jenny point of view, what are some of the things that you can actually talk to people who are listening around data and technology that we are building as a company to overcome challenges post the COVID-19 or during?
Tsepo, and I think everybody else out there will agree with me that this is a new norm. And it's going to continue to be the new norm. We were forced during the COVID-19 to actually using digital platform like we are doing now, which we wouldn't be able to do. Probably we would have flown somewhere else to get to really get these interviews. And it is the time now to actually really use and leverage the existing digital art platforms that are there, because they do provide the solutions. In terms of the Journey platform in particular, there has been a call out there as we were engaging with the stakeholders. You might have participated in so many other webinars within the tourism industry, and some of them are actually talking about the same thing. There is really a need for a centralized communication channel. And some of the industry players have been saying, it becomes very difficult when you really want to send a message to the industry without really including the media. And sometimes it attracts unnecessary comments, but we're looking for a platform that is credible, that we know we can interact with. This is one of the things that we think we can actually do as Journey. The second one, obviously, is the booking tool, as I was making reference to earlier on. The uniqueness about this booking tool is that it provides business solutions to the service providers, especially those that have not been able to use technology before. When you use our booking tool, is a standardized, affordable booking tool that have been developed. And all what you are able to do, you are able to even manage inventory and services. You are able to actually you are able to communicate to your clients. You are able to get feedback directly to them. You are able to actually make invoices and the reports, and the capabilities really are more. And that is why we are asking the SMMEs to actually get in touch with us. The time of actually using paper-based systems is long gone. So this is we are actually really going to be offering the industry. Currently, we're starting with accommodation. But the plan is to actually really go through the value chain in terms of the booking tool. I have alluded to the data hub and what the data hub is going to be doing. Most of the people, when we talk about the data hub, they're really thinking about limited capability and the performance. But this data hub is going to go and extend beyond that. Is going to be able to actually provide those insights. There's going to be like data scientists that are going to be in place, that are going to really analyze the integrated data that we currently have to provide the solutions that any other stakeholder might have. And that's the reason why we are saying, please, we are here to serve you. Please engage with us. We'll be and then one of the things that we're also going to be doing, which is something exciting, we have been engaging with some of the associations that are saying, the events are actually really not being incorporated into the statistics that we have. So the capabilities that we are actually going to be having as part of the Data Hub is to be able to capture and collect data through the events. You can imagine the myriad of events that are happening in this country, not only business events, sports, religious, wherever. Can you imagine you have this big event and you journey this event and then you are able to actually know how many people were there in the jazz festival or in the sports and the stadium within 24 hours, and that is integrated into the Data Hub. That is very, very important. Something that I really need to say. Journey is developing a platform. So all the other sources of data, the ultimate is to actually really deposit all this data into the centralized platform. What we are highlighting is these two products. They are just really another way of collecting data. But we know there is so much that is out there. That is why we actually we are requesting the industry to come on board.
Well, I think the interventions that are being put in place are really going to help the country as part of coming out of the COVID-19. Domestic tourism is likely to come back during these difficult times, noting that international travelers will possibly join the queue later on. What is your advice to travelers who are keen to start exploring their own country, South Africans, by South Africans, for South Africans, before the borders start opening? What's your advice to these travelers?
Before I give you that advice, one of the things that is going to be so exciting as part of this platform is that we are going to have a visitor app and information portal. What that does, it really facilitates the communication for the travelers from planning their information, from booking, from actually getting, through and identifying some packages and itinerary to travel throughout the country, whether they are domestic or international, and they are able to share that information to the world. And that is exactly one of the platforms that are going to be coming out very soon, that is going to, again, capture that data and integrate into the Data Hub. So just basically in terms of, for me, what I would like to say to the travelers, I think we have said that today we are sitting in a situation where we probably don't even know when are we going to be able to travel. But we know that we are going to be travel. That time is going to come very soon. We are going to be visiting our families and friends. We are going to be, again, going to the business events and so on. So please make intelligent choices. What's going to enable to make you intelligent choices? These are the digital solutions that are actually really out there. As you do that, I think you must also really look out for outdoor activities. We've been locked down all the time, and South Africa has so much to offer throughout the country, whether it's adventure activities or you're going to parks. Nature-based tourism is actually there. But what COVID-19 has actually done for us is to really emphasize that we should not compromise on the hygiene, the safety, as well, of those choices that the products or services that you actually want to make. And what I really want to make a plea to the travelers, really find new experiences. And these new experiences that you will find, most of them are actually facilitating and contributing towards the SMME development, and some of them are owned by these SMMEs. So domestic tourism is really going to be this is what even the industry is saying, before we welcome the world, we really think that domestic tourism is going to thrive in the next few months. So for me, basically, that is what I would really like to do. Please, let's share these experiences through the technologies that are there, because if we are sharing these experiences through social media and other means, we are able to actually show the whole world that we are ready to welcome you, and tourism is going to thrive for all of us again. And whether it's going to be in a different new norm, but this time has actually given us time to reflect and probably to be more innovative, and provide new experiences that we would never have thought of before.
And I think really that also talks to our own people, supporting our own people. And my last question to you, you have mentioned SMMEs several times as you in this interview. And my question is, what is your advice to the tourism industry and tourism establishment at large in South Africa post-COVID-19?
Mr. Matlo, I'm actually going to repeat what everybody has been saying throughout the webinars. The word collaboration hasn't been used more than it has been in the last few months. Yes, we can see and we know that collaboration you will find in all the strategic documents of the industry. But in terms of really reaching out and making sure that we collaborate not only at a national level. I mean, you can imagine what the innovations and the unique experiences and the services that we can provide at local level if both the established companies and the small companies can work together. I always make an example because I love Cape Town. I always say, if I sleep in Table View, I really would like to, as I get out to the foyer, I must actually see packages that are going to take me to the townships. And there must be somebody there that is actually waiting for me, professionally so, taking me to the township to experience the other world of Cape Town. So that collaboration is really enhancing the visitor experience, but at the same time, it's really that act at that lower level of collaboration. And I also just really want to plead to the small guys to say, your experience matters. Your experience matters. Please reach out there, because as we have seen during the COVID-19, the associations are the voice of the industry. They talk on your behalf. So it's very important that at a local level, belong to a structure, lobby, work together, collaborate, and you are also going to be able to be empowered in terms of information and getting to know what is happening out there. Let's just not really sit on our, within our small, let's not lock down ourselves. This is really now the time for us to create those unique experiences in all corners that everybody else is going to be excited about. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. I think we're looking forward to the next year, and we would like to wish you all the best so that you can achieve the second year. We'll call you again after a year and say, so what have you achieved? Thank you for your time, CEO.
Thank you very much. Just parting, maybe I must just really want to quote for the industry. Yuval Noah Harari is a book that I just recently read that's talking about 21 lessons for the 21st century. And it really tells us how powerful the data is, and the fact that those who own data own the future. So the tourism industry leverage on data. This is the time for now to be able to actually work together when we're talking about collaboration, ensuring that we are putting hands together and utilize the data data hub that we have. Thank you very much for the invitation.